In today's video, we're flying Delta One to Tokyo from Seattle. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a like and subscribe if you like content like this. We started our journey at SFO and hopped on a short-haul flight to Seattle. Since we have elite status with Delta, we scored a complimentary upgrade to our new domestic first class. I'm a fan of the new seats. You get a bit more privacy and head support from the fixed wings, plus extra storage and power outlets. The seats seem a lot more modern. I'm excited to see this roll out to more planes. We had an opportunity to order breakfast, which was a choice of chia seed pudding or oatmeal, but I opted for a nap instead. Good morning, it's breakfast time and we are about to catch a flight to Haneda, but first we're stopping by the Delta One lounge for breakfast. Since this is an international flight and we are flying Delta One, we do get access to it. Normally if you're flying domestic, you don't. The breakfast menu here is really good. I got the crab cake benedict and it's a giant crab cake with the poached egg on top and it looks really good. And there's a wide range of Western options in addition to Asian, which include congee and ramen. If you're in a rush, they do have a small little buffet area where there's just a bunch of pastries and you can help yourself to fruits and salmon. It's a brand new Delta One lounge. There's 4 stories and it's combined with the Delta Sky Club. So on the bottom floor is the Delta Sky Club where regular people can visit, and on top on the 4th floor is exclusively Delta One, and it's basically like a fine dining experience. So it's table service and food is made to order. Let's dive in. The crab is really good. It's what you'd expect to get at a steakhouse, which is really good for an airport lounge. Okay, trying some subs. So Sebastian's is kind of like Yorkshire pudding with some berry compote on top. So if you're looking for like a sweet treat in the morning, I go with that one. It tastes pretty good. And we also have a bagel and smoked salmon from the do-it-yourself station. Bagel's okay, not toasted. I would stick with the made to order if you're not in a rush. I also have a side of sausage. Sausage is okay. The winner here is a crab cake. Welcome on board Delta One Classic Suites. To start, we have an option of orange juice or champagne, and since it's currently 10 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to opt for the orange juice. Cheers. Let's take a quick tour of the cabin. The business class configuration is 1-2-1, and what's different here is that the middle rows don't have an overhead compartment, so it's like an open space. This plane is an A350-900. One pro tip, especially if you're one of the first to board, is ask the pilots for some trading cards. Since it is early in the year and the Winter Olympics are happening, they do have the special Winter Olympics trading cards. Really cool, brand new. Right behind me, we have the lie flat seat. Lots of cushions and goodies, which we'll go through once we're up in the air. Back here is a little storage cubby, and we have the headphones, plus a bottle of water. One really cool thing is that the Amenities Kit is by Missoni, and they switched up the style, and I actually like this one better. Right over here on the side are plugs if you need to charge anything. Seat controls are down here, so you can control the lights, do not disturb, lie flat, and even more reading lights. Down below, we have more storage cubbies, document holder, and right in front is the entertainment system. For this flight, we're seated in the middle row, and if for some reason you don't like your partner that you're seated with, you can close it. Let's dive into some of the goodies. So we have a memory foam pillow. Memory foam pillow is a huge upgrade from just like the flimsy ones. Feels really nice. This one is a mattress topper, so right now it's like wrapped up and we'll unbundle it later. The bedding is in collaboration with Missoni, and we have some matching Missoni slippers along with the Amenities Kit. The footwell does have a lot of space, so my feet are extended and it's not even touching the end. The feature light has a few different settings. Setting 1. Hello? Oh, okay. So for the suite lighting, there's actually a bar. Maybe when the cabin lights go down, it'll be more obvious, but it's not as obvious right now. So there is a status bar, which I will switch over to shortly.
Moments later.
This is a status bar for the lights. Yeah, I think when the lights go out, it'll be more obvious. We'll circle back to this. Going to measure the iPhone. The entertainment system is a decent size, about 3 iPhone 17s across. Let's unbox the Amenities Kit. It's a collaboration between Missoni and Delta. Here's a sleeping mask, a pair of socks, and it has this subtle blue chevron pattern on here. Toothbrush, toothpaste from Marvis. The hand cream is from Grown Alchemist, lip balm, earplugs, and a pen. Let's try out the headphones. These are white label noise canceling headphones. They just came around with the menus, so let's take a look. There's a choice between American and Japanese. For a Japanese menu, it is braised short ribs, and it's going to be by a Michelin star chef. For the Western menu, it's designed by Jose Andres, and you have an option of chicken or pasta. Since we are seated in the very back, I ordered my meal in advance and picked the Japanese one. And it's a good thing I did, because just listening right now, it sounds like they're out of the short rib. So if you didn't reserve online or you're seated towards the back, you're stuck with either chicken or pasta. But to be fair, they both sound great. The menu also has a wide range of wines, cold beverages, hot beverages, beer, and spirits. The coffee is by Starbucks, and spirits are American spirits. So we have Bacardi, Jack Daniels, Woodford, and Dewar's. Beers from Miller Lite and Sweetwater. Next up, there's beverage service before the meal. I ordered a Diet Coke. I'll probably opt for a dessert wine later. There's some warm nuts. These are almonds, cashews, walnuts, and some pistachios. Cheers. We have hot towel service before the meal. To open a tray table, there's a button on the side. The appetizers are here, and it looks really good. So from the Japanese menu, we have the grilled chicken with shiokoji and ginger. And we have the asparagus and cauliflower with mustard miso sauce, smoked salmon and ponzu jelly, and pickled daikon. The Western menu had a cauliflower soup that sounded really good, so I did request that as well. The grilled chicken is cold, but it is nice and tender, really light and not overwhelming flavors. For the veggies, they are boiled, so the flavor comes from the spicy miso sauce. It's a good balance. Miso is more of a concentrate, and it works. Let's try smoked salmon. Smoked salmon's fine. It meets expectations, exactly what you'd expect from a smoked salmon. Then we have the pickled veggies as a palate cleanser. Let's try the cauliflower soup. That's pretty good. That's like a cauliflower puree soup. Like they just took a bunch of cauliflower and blended it together and made this soup. I like it. It's also nice and warm. The main entree is here, and it's a miso braised short rib, rice, miso soup, and Japanese pickles. The rice comes in this little package. Okay, let's try the short rib. The miso sauce is on top. Cutting into the short rib, you know it looks dry because it's like not soaked in sauce, but it's actually really tender. The miso sauce is on top, so it's more of a concentrate, and yeah, it works. It's not overcooked, so that's great. Let's try the miso soup. Miso soup is pretty good. And the rice. Not bad. Overall, I think this is a solid business class meal, especially going to Asia. It's not as competitive as like ANA or JAL, but for an American carrier, it's pretty good. It's dessert time. Sadly, the tiramisu did not make it onto the flight, but there is a lemon cake, which I guess is close enough. Let's try it out. Top cream isn't too thick, nice and light, and it's not too sweet. Pretty good. Definitely not a tiramisu, but it'll do. Sebi ordered ice cream and got everything except for whipped cream on it. So you have some berry compote, nuts, chocolate. I like my lemon cake better. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in a bit. This is a fully enclosed suite, so you can close the doors. And if you are traveling alone and there's a stranger next to you and you want some privacy, the middle window does close as well. It's about a 10-hour flight from Seattle to Haneda, and what's really cool is that the flight tracker, there's a Team USA plane on it. Pretty cute. In case you're curious what the Delta One lavatory looks like, it's almost the same as economy. I think the only difference are these vanity lights. The amenities here, so the soap and the lotion is from Grown Alchemist. And yeah, not that many amenities. Baby changing station, full-length mirror, and lots of air freshener. Alrighty, it's nap time. We have the mattress topper here, and let's unbox it. I do like that they give you a mattress topper these days because it makes relaxing much easier and comfy. This is the bedding. In addition to the memory foam pillow, there is a regular pillow inside of the bag. Ooh, and some Missoni bedding. This has the subtle chevrons on it. It's really nice. Nice light blanket, and I'll let you know how it is after I take a nap. Good morning. It's a pretty good nap. And quick review of the mattress topper and the memory foam. I think the memory foam pillow makes a huge difference because I was actually able to fall asleep and it gives you enough support. Same thing with the mattress topper, a lot more support than without it. All right, that brings us to snack time. Up in the galley area is where you can find a wide range of snacks. It's not exactly ramen in the sky, but they do have crystal noodles, so it's instant cup of noodles with the clear noodles, some cheese sticks, Milano cookies, pistachios, and Miss Vicky's chips, plus some bananas and chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies did look really good, so might grab one later. Let's start with the cup of noodles. I think it's a good snack. We have secured the cookie, the chocolate chip cookie, and it looks delicious. Soft in the middle, and it's still a little warm. Perfect in-flight snack. I approve. Okay, the lights are off, so let's try out the sweet lighting this time. Right now, it is fully on. Good morning, it's breakfast time. For the pre-landing meal, we had a choice of quiche, French toast, or a Japanese meal, which was chicken. The main disadvantage of sitting in the back row, and we do this mainly so we don't disturb the cabin, is that you get last pick. Unfortunately, we were not able to reserve breakfast online, so by the time it was my turn to pick, the only thing we had was quiche. It's fine, that was my second pick. My first pick was the Japanese miso chicken. This is a 3-cheese quiche with a side of chicken sausage, yogurt and granola, and a croissant, plus coffee, of course. Okay, let's cut into the quiche. It's okay, not bad. 3 cheese, tomato quiche. If you love tomatoes, you would love this. The crust is a little mushy though, because you are on a plane, but that's fine. Chicken sausage is just okay as well. I think for a Delta flight, it meets expectations. One area for improvement though is getting to select the pre-landing meal online. That would be great. I feel like for an international route, they should have more of the cultural option, just because that's most likely the more popular choice. I don't know, maybe they have more data on this. Seb ordered the French toast because he only had an option between quiche and French toast. Let's try it out. It's French toast with berry compote and cream. It's pretty sweet, so if you are craving French toast, then this is the perfect pick for you. Want something savory, go for the quiche. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in a bit. Overall, I think this is a solid option if you're looking to fly to Asia and you want to stick with a US carrier. For service, the team is super friendly, and for the hard product itself, it's pretty good. I think as long as I have an enclosed suite and there's enough room to move around, then I am a happy camper. So if you're flying something like United Polaris or American Airlines, then I think this would be a step above, but compared to the competition with Asian carriers, it has a lot of work for improvement to catch up. Regardless, it does seem like they are making improvements with the mattress pad and the memory foam pillows and the more premium amenities. Hopefully, food is on the improvement list. Regardless, it was a solid flight, and I would happily fly Delta One to Asia again. If you made it this far in the video, leave a chocolate emoji down in the comments below, and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on Delta One, and would you fly it to Japan? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.